Welcome to the clinical cookout from your auntie of the week, me. That's why I get to ask these questions. So, one thing I do want to point out is that I won last week. Nobody selected me. I won, okay? So, I get to bring on the LGBTQ trivia. Now, I thought up 6 questions. Just in case the aunties each get 2 right, I have a bonus question. And then that's how I'm going to choose my auntie of the week. So you guys to be good this week, okay? Now, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to ask a question and I'm going to give you 4 possible answers. It's multiple choice or multiple guess, depending on who you are, okay? Sometimes I'll be multiple guess and it just be C, but that ain't it. It ain't always going to be C. So you cannot yell out answers before I get the question out. And I have to have all of my answers out before you get to answer. Then you can yell it out. After I got all my answers out, you can answer it, okay? Y'all ready for Sugar's trivia?
Yes.
We ready?
All right. In what year did the American Law Institute vote to decriminalize homosexuality? A, 1900s. B, 1955. C, 1936. Or D, it is still criminalized.
55. Was that one of the options? Was it
1950? Yes. She's right. So
Okay.
in 1955, that's when they voted to decriminalize it. But by 1960, every state had anti-sodomy laws, but it still wasn't decriminalized. They really started to criminalize it between the 60s and the 70s.
Say, I was like, I know the 70s is thrown in there somewhere.
Yep, it was still criminal.
70s thrown in
Because
there.
in 55, it was definitely still in the DSM.
Okay. Ashley, 1. The rest of y'all, none. Question number 2. What is the large riot that caused laws regarding homosexuality to be changed everywhere? A, the London riots. B, Christopher Street Gay Liberation Day. C, the Stonewall riots. Or D, the Gay Pride Parade.
C.
C.
I said it first.
It was Ashley
first.
Yep.
Yeah, she did say it first.
The Stonewall riots. So the Stonewall riots was that big riot when the cops started fighting gay people, and the gay people decided, you know what, enough of this crap. I'm about to fight back. And so that was a big old riot, and that like literally caused laws to be changed everywhere because it was like, we're not going to take it anymore, and y'all going to have to do something about this. So, all right, Ashley. All right. What is the percentage of LGBTQ students who are verbally harassed in schools? A, 82%, B, 50%, C, 18%, or D, 90%?
C.
What was A?
82%, 50%, 18%, or 90%?
I'm going to go with A. This one out of numbers is something I'm going to go with A.
Okay, Ashley got it.
What the? Are you kidding me?
Okay. A 2011 study showed that 82% of LGBTQ students were verbally harassed. But guess what? I put in 18% because 18% were physically assaulted. So a lot of people skip school, get bad grades, not because they're not smart, but because they skip school, because who wants to go to school and be assaulted every day just because you're a part of the community? So it causes a lot of anxiety of people in school, and at least verbal harassment is very, very high. And that's because a lot of people won't fight in school, but they will verbally harass you. Right.
That's so sad.
It is. Number 4. What is a therapeutic practice called that is designed to change the sexual orientation of an individual?
Conversion therapy. I'm sorry. You gotta give us
Are you about to lose a point?
I'm sorry.
Wait, it's designed for it, but that don't mean it's supposed to do that, because you can't.
It's designed to change the sexual orientation of an individual. Don't look that deep into it.
Okay.
A, sexual orientation and gender change efforts. B, gender therapy. C, orientation change efforts. Or D, electroconvulsive therapy.
What was C?
Orientation change efforts. Let me go
B.
through them again.
Yeah, because what I was gonna say, not there, but it's a part of
Wait a
it.
minute, wait a minute. A, sexual orientation and gender change efforts. B, gender therapy. C, orientation change efforts. Or D, electroconvulsive therapy.
D.
B.
B as in boy.
B is in boy.
D
Yeah.
as in dog.
D is for depression.
D
Okay,
can
y'all
mean
all got that
other
wrong.
things.
We all got that wrong. I
Every
wonder if
last
it
one.
huh?
It's A, sexual orientation and gender change efforts.
So what used to be conversion therapy, because that's what that sounded like.
It is conversion therapy. That's just what it's called.
See, I was see conversion
Okay,
therapy.
but it didn't work, right? Like it wasn't effective. Do they still try to do that now?
Yes.
You know they trying to put it back in the law.
They're trying to change people's sexual orientation. Do they not realize? Okay, never mind.
So
Yes.
That's wild.
it's
That
difficult.
is wild. What?
No, that's very difficult. It has been effective in some cases, but it's difficult to know, was that person always a part of the LGBTQ community or were they experimenting? So if you could change it, were they experimenting? But pray the gay away. That's a lot of times it's religious leaders, or there's even some counselors that still do it. In 22 states, I think it's outlawed in. That means there are some states where you can still do SOGIS. Or SOS, you can call it that too. But yeah, there's still some states where you can do that. Sometimes it is effective. A lot of times it's harmful. Some people have also killed themselves after that because now it's like, I'm confused. What do? I knew what I wanted to be, but you're telling me that this is what I can't be. So it has been deemed harmful. It is very, very harmful to try and change somebody's psyche when that's what they are.
Yes. Yep. They have whole youth camps for that in some places, and it's usually tied to a church. They have youth camps where they try to use that type of therapy to convert or deliver that person from their sexual orientation, which is.
And they went even so far to like even it was like barbaric back in the day where like they try to cut your stuff off and like try and change the hormones in your body or beat you out of being gay. Mm-hmm.
That's why D wasn't that the
Electroconvulsive therapy.
Yeah,
They did do that too.
Use for that. They use that too for because I know it's popular with depression. So I was like, isn't that for depression?
Well, that's currently, but like when they first started using that plus lobotomies, they used it because they thought if they changed the literal function or the structure of your brain, it would change how your brain functioned and you would think completely differently. But they didn't tie it to any specific disorder or symptoms or anything. They just thought, we cut out this part of your brain, or we shock this part. We shock the gay out of you, basically. We shock it, and then you're going to be different. No, I'm just saying that's how they thought about it.
Well, no, I know. I'm just saying, like,
and so now they realize there are very specific symptoms that it can treat. But that archaic type of way they were using it, it was
just wrong.
Side note, a good depiction of that. Granted, it's a dramatized show, but it was a show called Ratchet on Hulu.
And I watched it.
That's a very good depiction of what they used to try to do. Ice baths, electrotherapy, all types of stuff, lobotomies, all of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it causes trauma, actually. It's actually harmful. Okay. Yes. So, when was the term homosexuality coined, which means when was the first time that term was used? 1865, B, 1900, C, 1955, or D, 1892?
D.
A.
Amber got it.
Oh, I got it. Yes.
Yeah. Wait, what year did she say?
1892.
1892 seems really far off from what I thought.
Well, I knew
according to my dissertation, it ain't.
Who coined the term? Do you remember who they said coined it?
Oh, damn, Ashley, I was not even on that page. Hold on.
Because if I remember correctly, some guy, it was a man named Carl something coined the term.
I think it's Albert von Schrenschnick or something like that, but hold on.
Okay, so
It's cool. I can go.
I found an article from GLBTQ. Who puts the letters like that? But it was from 2015, and so it says the Carl Curtinby person coined the term in 1865, but the actual concept of it didn't start to become, I guess, more understood until late 19th century.
Okay.
So later on in the 1892. So it appeared in a German work of literature in 1869, just the term homosexual.
Yes.
And then in 1892 is the first time it appeared in English literature, but there was also like it became like a, I don't know to say like a discipline, but like a area of like a concept.
Yeah, that's when it was considered deviant behavior. Yeah, but it wasn't 1865. It was 1892 when it was conceptualized and considered deviant behavior and criminalized under the guise of sodomy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coined and conceptualized is different though. Coined means we created the term. Conceptualized is different.
Well, according to my research, and it's all peer reviewed, it was coined in 1892. But that
in the U.S., like in English. Yeah.
In English.
Yeah.
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 Which country's practices against homosexuality affected the rest of the world's policies on homosexuality? A, Saudi Arabia, B, Egypt, C, Rome, or D, the United Kingdom?
Rome, I think.
Wrong.
What's the question again?
Which country's practices against homosexuality affected the rest of the world's policies on homosexuality? A, Saudi Arabia, B, Egypt, C, Rome, or D, United Kingdom?
A.
Wrong.
D.
Amber got it.
United Kingdom.
Because you already know. The United Kingdom literally changed the course of history with their practices. So they actually passed laws that enforce rules forbidding homosexuality, and a lot of other countries followed the United Kingdom. And the reason why I put the Saudi Arabia is because everybody thinks that it's Muslim countries that do it, and it's not. And the reason why I put Rome is because people confuse Rome and the United Kingdom. And then
who's doing that?
No, who's doing that?
Because Rome is it's all in Europe. And so people just be like, oh, it's all in Europe. They think it's the United Kingdom.
I went with Rome because of Catholicism, if I'm being honest. That's why I said Rome first.
Yep. No, Rome actually used to be tolerant of it. Indeed, Egypt, just because people like to go back to Kemet and relate stuff to that. And then D, the United Kingdom. Because I
can see that. The colonizers, pretty much. They controlled how everybody else dealt with it.
Because they literally ruled the world at one point in time. So if you think about it like that, then you understand how they actually made everybody follow their stuff. They didn't make them, but people did it. So who got that one right? Amber?
Yep.
In what country was homosexuality punishable by death? A, the US, B, the UK, C, Iraq, or D, Iran?
A.
B?
Is B.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, the UK. Wait, the US or the UK?
The UK.
UK.
That
was a back-to-back. I automatically didn't think it was UK because that was just.
I did immediately. Like if they
immediately was like it's them again.
At one point in time, you could die for being homosexual, and they considered it sodomy, and they considered it you might have wanted to sleep with kids, because back in Rome it wasn't a terrible thing to do until the UK got a hold of colonizing, and it was like, no, they want to sleep with children, they want to commit sodomy, and that's because the age lines started getting blurred. So eventually it was punishable by death, and people were going to jail and everything over it. It took for a few white men to get that law overturned for it to be overturned.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
Thank you for that education.
Thank you. Now you have to announce the Auntie of the Week.
Congratulations, Ashley. You are Auntie of the Week.